Hello, my name is Idriss. I'm the founder and CEO of Idriss Publishing House. Today I'd like to speak to you. Today is day 12 of the writing challenge, and I'd like to speak to you about Walter Rodney. The book I'm currently reading is How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, and it's a really insightful book. It provides a lot of information about imperialism, colonialism, impacts of colonialism, the long-term social impacts of colonialism. I've always thought that, but it's really insightful to find a piece of text that shows examples of that. I found it really interesting, really insightful, very informative. It provides, if you're writing a book like I am on activism and resistance, it provides a really good insight. His history is really interesting as well, as he was assassinated, so it's really insightful. I've always thought of, to be honest, every time I've written a book, I've always referenced Walter Rodney as my introduction. It's always been the question, and to read his book though as a piece of text is like a piece of literature in its own right. It's extremely interesting and fun. I'll show you the book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, Walter Rodney. This is quite interesting as well. Angela Davis is a huge activist in the US, and she wrote Walter Rodney's classic study of the impact of European imperialism on the continent of Africa continues to provoke, inspire, and educate. It resonates more than ever before. That's really interesting. What I've always found is he speaks within this book. He talks about 18th century imperialism and so on, but in many different respects, these ideas still apply today. Like for example, the implications of technological mechanisms to oppress Africa. So it's really interesting, very insightful. They always say you need to know your history before you can look at the future, before you can criticize the present, and it's always a good idea to look at the past to get an idea of how to criticize the present. So it's a brilliant piece of text. I definitely recommend it. I've always found that to be quite an important part of ethic. I've done about 1,000 words today, but it's only because I've whizzed through the book. I'm probably gonna stay up and do a little bit more work and try and get another 1,000 or 2 words in. Chapter 2 is really interesting. It's really weird. When I started this book, I started writing it from a different way, but looking at it now, it's completely different. It's taken out a complete life of its own. I've completely changed the title. Right, I studied criminology at university, so I've always thought I want to write more about crime. So I've actually completely changed the title of the book as well and called it The Notion of Crime. I'm currently attempting to get it copyrighted. It's really good. It's good to create something and look at it and just be like, I made this. You know, it's really fun. You find it's weird as well when you start proofreading what you've written and you're like, I wrote this? Really? You know? So good luck to everyone out there. Happy writings, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Amal Idriss, and also please make a donation to Boroma's Orphans. Boroma's Orphans started off actually the reason why I decided to open a publishing company and go into writing. It was quite I don't know, just completely different, mind-blowing. I didn't really ever think that looking at an adorable group of children who were so unfortunate, and I just wanted to do everything in my power to be able to help them. And then they actually inspired me to write quite seriously. So make a donation at www.idrisspublishing.com. Have a look at the articles that I always upload, because I'm always consistently opening up new articles like quite often recently. It's become quite consistent. It's quite cool. So have a look at those. I hope you guys love them, and happy writings, and subscribe, and have a really good day. Idriss Publishing House, invest to inspire.